Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. I mean, you feel so flattered when someone introduces you such elaborately. Anyways, I hope I can do justice too. I think at least for NVO, I can do it because this is something which I'm doing it passionately. As while introducing, he clearly mentioned that I was not a psychologist. I mean, by training to be specific, because I did my engineering and then I went for civil services, and I took psychology purely out of passion. And even research just happened to me. Like I was doing my civil services preparation while I was doing my PhD, so it was more like a stopgap arrangement. But then I was quite passionate about, like, during my PhD years only I understood that, like, okay, qualitative research is something which is important. And then I started slowly learning about the methods and then the tools that is available for it. So I would say I'm more like a self-taught or self-trained qualitative researcher. So I don't consider myself as an expert, but whatever I have learned, I'm here to share it with you all. So I don't want to waste time because I understand this is an FDP for all of you, and like we already have very limited time. Like I think only in 3 hours I'll try to figure out how much I can actually tell you about NVIVO. So I don't want to waste further time in doing it. So I'll just share the screen. I hope the screen is visible to all of you. Is the screen sharing happening?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Since I'm sharing it
Umesh,
now,
no, sir. For few participants, view. Umesh, can you stop post sharing so that I think, sir, PPT can visible.
is it fine now?
Done, sir.
Okay. Sir, I think
Sorry to
because I'm
disturb you.
sharing my screen.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. So, Rumesh, you have to stop that screen sharing. Only then sirs will be visible. For few, it is not. Yes, now fine, I think.
Yes, now sir can share, sir.
Okay.
Now you can share, sir.
Yeah, once I share, Somasundaram sir, if you can just give me inputs, because I will not be able to see the screen. I will only see
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
my sharing screen. So if there is
Yes,
anything that you wanted to tell, just please speak it out. Okay.
sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Fine. I'm sharing the screen now. Yeah, I hope it's
Yes.
visible now.
Yeah, it is
Fine. So
visible,
this
sir.
is the landing page of NVO. So once you get into this, you can select this new project. Okay, I mean there are sample projects. Probably I will use the sample project. This is something which is available in NVO itself. So probably while doing queries and codings, I will use it. The next session, probably this session, we will just see how to start a project in NVO. So this is the landing page. So here you have this option of new project. So you have to click on that. It will ask for a title. So I would just say KGC demo. So it is automatically storing in the. I mean, I'm not. If you want, you can change the location of where it has to get stored and all those things. So right now, I'm just saying next. I'm not going to change any of these details. So I'm just asking it to create. And basically, it's like how often you need reminders to save this particular work that you're doing, and recovery files, how it has to be created, where it has to be stored, and all those details. So in general, by default, whatever is there, those settings are good to go with. So I'm just not changing any of those things. I'm creating the project now. So once I do that, okay, since all of you are new to NVO, I would just take this tour as well. So these are the number one software for qualitative data analysis. So take the tour to discover the power of NVO. So you have this option of importing any data, which will help you in managing that particular data. You can also organize it, and you can use multiple queries that is available inbuilt to explore the data that you have collected. And I mean, right now we will not get into it, like, because you have server licenses as well, wherein like multiple people can simultaneously work on a particular project. So that's anyways out of the purview of what we are going to do in the FDP for now. So I'll just quickly take you for the tour as well. We will be doing it in detail, but like while importing, this is the navigation view from where you will take
Sir,
the
sorry to interrupt. The screen is not visible. It is stopped sharing.
okay, just a second. Is it working now?
Yeah. Now it's visible, sir.
Okay, fine. So okay, I think in the process I missed the tour. Anyways, one problem with NVIVO is it takes time because of all the uploaded database that you have, like because it has to do language processing as well. So it has a huge database there. So you need to have some, like for all those who have worked in SPSS and Jamovi, like you would immediately get results, but like that's not something which would happen in NVIVO. So since it's taking time for uploading, I'll just show this. Like here, I hope you can see my cursor. Is the cursor visible, sir?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, so here you can see the name that we gave, like I mentioned as KJC demo. So once you start, you will get to see this particular name of the file. So this is the project that you're having. Other than that, mostly similar to what you have in the Word file as well. So you have file, home, import, and that's precisely what we saw. So this particular blue color tag that you have is considered to be the navigation view. Okay, so like how we have it in PDF, we can just use this for navigating all the things that we have. So now to make it simple, like these are the things that you have. So you have import and you can import any type of data there. And once you import it, how you are going to organize it. So we'll be discussing about coding cases, how to write notes, and all those stuff. And then explore is what I mentioned, like you can have multiple queries, visualizations, and NVIDIA is known for its visualizations, like be it the word cloud, tree charts, hierarchy charts that you can make using NVIDIA. So it's known for those visualizations, and finally we can also create reports. Yeah, so this entire thing is what you call as the navigation view, because it helps in navigating what all the things that you need to do. And at the top you have the ribbon. So this, like how you have it in a Word document or PDF, this is called as the ribbon. So once you open anything in the navigation view, like for instance, now since it's a new project, we don't have anything which is inbuilt. So what we can do is we need to import something. So I will just show how to import. So if I click on the files, it's opened already here, but there is nothing inside it. So I like to import. So once I click on this import, I mean, I hope anyways it's getting recorded, so you can get back to it whenever you want. But if it's too fast or something, you can please stop me and ask me to explain it again. So I have gone to the data, I have opened files, and since we don't have any files, it's a new project. I am going to import, and these are all the different options that you have for importing. Yeah, so you have a project can which you are working can be imported, or there is something called as capture. I'll discuss it later, like how you can actually capture directly from, I mean, if you hover through it, it tells you import web and social media content captured with capture. So that's where you use it. So this is for merge selected elements of another NVIDIA project into the current project. Like as I mentioned, either you can have the server version of it, or if you're all working as disjointed units, and if you want to merge all these things into a common project, you can use this particular option and do it. And then you also have files, like you can import data files, like it could be text files, audio files, video files, images, or PDFs. So right now I'll just show this. Like I click on the files, now it is going to the download. So I think, I mean, I'm using the computer lab, so this is not my system. I'll try to import any. Okay, you have a PDF here, media literacy and media education. So I'm just opening this. So it is asking, it is selecting it. Here, if you say, it is asking whether it has to create a case for imported file. Okay, I'll tell you what a case is, because here you can see cases under organized, so I'll come to it later. Right now we will just focus on importing a particular data. Okay, so I'm importing it from the location and I'm saying import it. I'm not creating a case for it. So these are the general things. I mean, this is given as BGR because I'm working in the Vanagata Road campus lab. So you can see this name here. So if it is your own license or if you're working on that particular project, this is the researcher's initials. So you can change this to your initial. I'll tell you how to do it. So that's the reason why it says created, the time and the name is coming as BGR, because it's the name that is given by the IT department for the lab here. And then you have attribute values as well. Right now you will not understand. I'll tell you when we are doing the survey import. So right now I'm just leaving it as it is. This is the name of the file. It's created by this, and then I'm saying OK. Now you see this PDF which is imported into my project. So we have KGC demo, which is the .nvp project, and then I have imported a PDF here. Now if I import something else, like I can just go import another file. So maybe I will import a other question papers here. Like, let me just see whether we have any. Okay, I'll just import this only. So, okay.
Sir, just one doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you just show me back how to import?
Yeah.
Click on the
So,
import button.
yeah, here you have the import button in the ribbon. You click on it. Once you
Okay.
click, all these things will be activated. Now we want to import either a text file or a PDF, a Word document or a PDF, right? So you click on the files here. Can you see this? Is the cursor working?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah. So when you click on that, it takes you to the computer browser, so you can choose from wherever you have stored in your desktop or laptop. You can select from this
Okay.
and then say open. It'll Right now I'm canceling it because I've already done this. Is it clear?
Yes, yes, sir.
So we have imported one Word file and we have imported one PDF file now, right? Now this particular thing is known as the list view because it is listing down all the documents that we have imported, right? So that's the reason why this is called as list view. Is it clear? So we have a navigation view, and then I have used this navigation view. I wanted to import few data, so I have gone to the files. I have selected this files. I've gone to the import option. I have imported one PDF file and one Word document. Now, because these are the two things that I have in my project, it is listing down all these things here. I call this as the list view. Now, if I want to see what is actually this document about, I can double click on this and then it will open up here as a detailed view. So this entire paper that I downloaded is available here for me to read.
Sir, sorry to interrupt,
Yes.
sir. Screen has
Sir,
stopped.
Shh.
your screen stops sharing.
Fine, fine. Just a second, sir. I don't know what's wrong here.
Sir,
Just a minute.
one suggestion, can you share your desktop screen? Because when you're sharing a NVIVO screen, when you're
Okay.
going for a import filing, that desktop folder is not opening. Those things are not viewed here.
Okay. One sec. I'll just share the entire screen then. One sec.
Yeah, yeah. That's why the participants are asking that how to import it.
Oh my God. Sorry.
Thanks. Yeah.
Is it better now?
Now fine, sir.
So I have gone to the import files and then I have imported these two, and then I have double clicked on that and I open, like say for instance, if I see this is question paper, so which has come over here, and this is the PDF. Now, just to understand the workspace that you have in NVIVO, like this is the navigation view. From here, whatever you are selecting will be listed down here. So that is called as the list view. And if you want to have a thorough understanding of all the details of what it is, when you double click on this, it will open it in the detail view. So these are the three different views that you have. So you have a navigation view, you have a list view, and you have a detail view. And at the top, you have the ribbon. Is it clear? Is the workspace clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you want to do any other things with this particular document, you can select this PDF at the top. So by default, I have opened a PDF. So if I click on this, this is a Word document. So it will highlight it as a document. Yeah. So if I want to do anything with this document, I can click on that particular highlighted thing. It will give me options. Whether I wanted to make word cloud or I need to do auto coding. Is there any annotations that I want to highlight? So all these options are available. Okay, so we will do it one at a time. So this is how you import the document that you wanted to uh, do coding or the data analysis. Now, before going further, like,
Sorry for interview in between.
sorry, ma'am,
Sir,
your voice is
could you,
breaking.
we can able to, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Now it's clear, sir.
Yeah, yeah, yes, ma'am, go ahead.
It's audible right now, sir.
Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Sir, I had a small doubt whether we can able to import image, sir. Image is possible for us to import and do the analysis.
Yes, ma'am. Like, go to the same files, and I hope there is some image here. Let's see. Okay. I don't know what image is this. I'm just, because students also work on it. So please bear with me. I don't even know what it is. I'm just opening it. So, okay, fine. So you, you're saying it right? Like, this is how you can import a image. And I will tell you how to do the coding for the image as well. Is it
Thank
clear,
you,
ma'am?
sir. Thank you. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you
Yes, sir.
can
It's clear.
actually import audio file and video file as well. Like, if you're using NVIVO, there is no need for you to actually use transcription also. Like in NVIVO, there is an inbuilt, I mean, you need to obviously pay for it. Like while you're purchasing the license, if you pay for NVIVO transcription, like you can just upload the audio file or video file, it will automatically timestamp it and make the transcription for you. It's automatic. Yeah, but like I think they would charge you extra for that. But if you're working on NVIVO, you don't have to actually do the transcription as well. Like you can just play the audio file or the video file and you can do the transcription. I mean, coding can be done directly on the audio file or the video file. I'll show it. Maybe I will use a sample project and I'll show it. So is this clear? So right now we have imported a Word document, a PDF, and also a picture. Fine?
Yes, sir. Absolutely fine. Thank you.
Okay. So now, as I mentioned, there are multiple other options. Like you can actually import a survey here. If I click on the C, you can import an Excel sheet or .csv file. Or if you're using Qualtrics or SurveyMonkey for your data collection, like if you're doing a large scale survey, you can directly import from all these things. So that another advantage of using NVIVO is its compatibility. Yeah, and you also have classifications, like you can directly import your SPSS files into it. Now you may ask, like, why would I do it? I'll tell you how it is helpful, because it's interoperable between these two multiple platforms in which you can actually do data analysis. Like, especially when you do mixed methods. Yeah. So a simple example could be when you're going for any fine dine restaurant, and if you get the feedback form at the end, like there will be Likert scale like questions, like how satisfied are you, like how was the taste and menu and all those things. So all those things would be more like a Likert scale. So on a scale of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10 or 1 to 7, you would choose. All those things are quantifiable. At the end, there will be few open-ended questions. So it's the same questionnaire wherein you have both quantitative as well as qualitative things. So there are multiple instances where you get data like that as well. So you need to process that particular data, and then maybe whatever you want to do quantitatively, you do it in SPSS and then import the same file into NVIVO. And wherever you had open-ended questions, for those answers you can do proper coding and do qualitative data analysis. So that's the reason why you can import things from classification sheets, or even from SPSS you can do. Citaway is another, like you have bibliography. So whether you are doing it for referencing Mendeley, EndNotes, etc., or reference works, whatever you are already having for your literature review, you can use it and you can directly import from that, so that all those bibliographic work that you have will be retained into this particular project. Actually, you can use NVIVO for your review of literature as well. I'll tell you how it works. Like, I hope all of you would ask your scholars or students who are doing projects under you to maintain the uh, table, right? Review ROL matrix. So the entire ROL matrix can be done. Uh, we can ask NVIVO to create that particular ROL matrix for you. So I'll tell you how to go about it. So these are the options that you have. And because there are personal communications, if you want to bring in the emails and notes that you have, you can do that as well. Codebook is something which it is a more like how you have those IEEE standards for engineering and things like that. Likewise, for qualitative data analysis, there is a specific standard. Like the file will be created in .qdc. So whether you are using, I mean, NVIVO is one particular software. Likewise, you have other softwares as well. Like you have Atlas TI, you have Max QDA and things like that. So you can create a code book. Like code book is basically a structure of how you are going to do the coding in the project. So once you have that particular structure, you can import it in other what you say softwares as well, which can be used for qualitative data analysis. I mean, in few versions there could be compatibility issue or back compatibility issues and all, but overall it would work. So I mean, before going further, I just want to know, like, how many of you are not, I mean, well versed with qualitative research per se? Like, I hope everyone is, theoretically everyone is okay with qualitative research, right? Is there anyone who's not comfortable with qualitative research? Hello, am I audible? I stopped sharing because I wanted to see the response. So, hello. Somasundram sir, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, is everyone aware of qualitative research? Can I start doing? Okay, thank you, Pavitra ma'am. So, can we start doing the coding, or should I explain those things and then start how to do the coding?
So just a little summary or brush up is fine.
Okay, so okay, see now, coding is more like, okay, I'll give a kind of a anecdote to explain it. Like, say for instance, if you are using, imagine you are preparing for, just a second. Yeah. So you are preparing for some exams or presentation or something like that, and you're busy with it, right? Like, just either you might have your own kids, or like, say for instance, people like me, if you're given an task of taking care of your nephews and niece who are like toddlers, and just, I mean, you know how difficult it is to keep them engaged and all those stuff, right? So now, if I have to engage them and at the same time I have to do my work as well. So imagine I'm creating a scenario where I just take all the toys that is available in the house, I just throw it in a room, clear. So and then I give each of my nephews and niece like different colored buckets. Like maybe one is having a red bucket, one is having a blue bucket, other one is having a yellow bucket. Yeah, and then I'm telling like all those who are having a specific colored bucket should take all the toys which is of the same color and then collect it in the bucket and bring it to me. Clear? So I mean, you're just engaging them with a task. Clear? Now all these kids will go out, they will search all the particular toys that is available, which is strewn all over the room, and they would identify based on the color of that particular toy whether it is matching with the bucket that they are having, right? So if they have a blue color bucket, they would start collecting all the blue colored toys and they will put it in the bucket and bring it to me, right? Now this particular process, you replace all the toys as the qualitative data that you have collected. Clear? And you are doing this particular research because you are looking out for an answer for the research question that you have. So all those research questions are something like the buckets that you have, and from whatever your participants are told you, whatever they have shared with you, in that particular room full of toys, or okay, this is exactly what I mentioned. Like, it will constantly give you reminders to save the project. I mean, right now I'm not saving it because it's just a demo, but when you're working on your project, you can do it. At times you can give autosave as well, but the problem in autosave is when you give autosave, you can't, I mean, go back and make changes. But when you are doing it manually, whatever you're done with the coding and all those stuff, whatever analysis, after that you can save it manually. So you will have better control over it. So that's why I said don't change any of the default settings. Now coming back to the coding process, now you have qualitative data. Like, imagine I have interviewed 10 different people and all of them have shared their life experiences with me. Now that is more like a room full of toys. Okay. So, and then I'm choosing like what out of their lived experience will be an answer to the research question that I have. Right. So then I'm taking that particular, the bucket that I'm saying is nothing but the one which is going to give me the collective. It, otherwise you can consider those buckets as folders. So you take all relevant documents and then you put it in that particular folder, right? So likewise, I read all the transcripts and I take all the points that is relevant to answer that particular question, and then I'll put it in that folder. So that folder can be called as coding. Am I making sense till now?
Wonderfully explained, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. You're welcome. So now what I will do is I'll just because we don't have a common repo, so I'll just do something like, I'll show you how the coding can be done. Like, I will take the same example that I gave you previously, right? Like how you can actually use it for creating an ROL matrix. So in an ROL matrix, you will ask the scholars to make, like, what is the title of the paper, the year in which it was published, who are the authors of that particular paper, and maybe something on the methods and things like that. So those are all the columns that you wanted to have. And for each and every article, you will add more rows to it. So that's how you will make an ROL matrix, right? So we will do the same thing as coding here. So here we have article. So we have the title of that particular article. So it was published in 2014 and all those stuff. So now what I'll do is I'll go to coding and then I'll click on codes. Okay. So right now you can see here I have selected codes. So it says typically codes are themes that you identify in your data. Codes collect in one place all the text, images, and audio and video time